Ghostly Legends.
In the bustling city of Hackensack, New Jersey, I had developed a terrible habit of leaving things to the last minute. The ever-increasing demands of my job at the law firm and the countless responsibilities of daily life had a way of piling up, leaving me in a constant state of urgency. Procrastination had become my middle name, and I often found myself racing against the clock to complete my tasks. One fateful day, I found myself cutting it close once again. My daughter Adeline had a violin recital at school, and I was responsible for bringing her instrument. In my usual fashion, I had let time slip away, and now I was running late. As I climbed into my Ford Explorer, I felt a familiar sense of frustration boiling beneath the surface. I hit the gas pedal with determination, my knuckles white as I gripped the steering wheel. I knew I couldn't afford to waste a single second if I wanted to make it to Adeline's school on time. But as I rounded the bend, my headlights caught a glimpse of a terrifying sight, a fleet of slow-moving Hondas inching their way down the winding road, their engines barely a whisper, as if they were the ghosts of the automobiles that once roamed the land. The Hondas seemed to materialize out of the darkness, their headlights casting eerie, distorted shadows that danced along the rain-slicked pavement. Behind the cold, unfeeling glass of their windows, their drivers' faces became visible, Asian women with stoic expressions, their eyes focused on the road ahead, unwavering in their commitment to driving at the exact speed limit. My frustration quickly turned to rage as the slow-moving Hondas blocked my path. It felt as though the universe was conspiring against me, placing these infuriating obstacles in my way when I needed to get to Adeline's school the most. I gritted my teeth and clenched my fists, fighting the urge to honk my horn and unleash my fury upon the unsuspecting drivers. The slow-moving Hondas had a particularly maddening habit of taking their time when the traffic light turned green. As the light changed, it felt like an eternity before the Honda drivers would finally press on the gas pedal, their casual pace driving me to the brink of insanity. Time and time again, I found myself trapped behind these cursed vehicles, watching helplessly as precious seconds slipped away. On one occasion, I was rushing to Stop and Shop to pick up ingredients for a special dinner I had planned for my wife. I had promised her a night of romance and relaxation, but the relentless procession of Hondas slowed me down to the point where the dinner became a hasty, lukewarm affair, a far cry from the enchanting evening I had envisioned. It seemed as though the pandemic of Hondas was omnipresent, day or night. Another time, I was racing to the post office to mail an important letter to a dear friend. The deadline for the postmark was that very day, and I had only a few minutes to spare. But once again the cursed Hondas appeared, leaving me trapped and helpless. I watched in frustration as the post office's clock struck the hour, and my chances of sending the letter slipped away. The presence of the slow-moving Hondas at any time of the day only intensified the nightmare. The slow-moving Hondas formed a seemingly endless parade, and I couldn't help but watch in despair as the minutes ticked by, each one stealing precious moments with my Adeline. Even in broad daylight, the curse of the Hondas persisted. With a deep breath, I tried to regain control of my emotions. I knew that my habit of leaving things to the last minute had led me to this point, but the slow-moving Hondas had undoubtedly played a significant role in my predicament. As I continued to battle the supernatural forces that sought to control me, I couldn't help but wonder if the curse of the Hondas would ever be lifted, or if I was doomed to a life of perpetual tardiness. Despite the seemingly insurmountable obstacles presented by the slow-moving Hondas, I became more determined than ever to break free from the chains of procrastination and take control of my own destiny. It was time to face the haunting hour of Hondas head-on, refusing to let these mysterious vehicles dictate the course of my life. Armed with a newfound sense of determination, I vowed to change my habits and stay one step ahead of the Hondas that haunted the roads of Hackensack. I would no longer be a victim, but a warrior, fighting against the forces that sought to hold me back. And perhaps one day the curse of the slow-moving Hondas would finally be broken, and I could reclaim my freedom on the open road.